has a reputation for tremendous clarity, so we try to highlight that without going to crystal.
Mhm. It's work for last next year or what period? How many time you are working?
How many
Uh,
times do we work there?
no, this is exposition next year, or maybe this is you made ma- more
Uh,
time.
so what you're seeing here is a collection with pieces that are both new and pieces that we've had around. We, as a business, are about 9 years old. So you can see things like this piece, the Coil 48, just three pieces of individually blown glass tube set loosely on a stand. This is one of our, I think, one of our very first introductions from 2009, I believe, to pieces like these mirrored pieces, which were introduced last year, I think last September at the Maison objet show. So what you're seeing is not the entire collection, but it's a collection that has pieces that go all the way back to the beginning of the collection.
Mhm. Where you and your wife making a study for uh, to be designer on glass?
So uh, we our point of view as designers, we're not glass blowers. We don't make the product, which sets us apart from other companies that just display at the fair that are producing their own glass. Our point of view has to do with trying to express both the importance of handmade goods as well as specifically what is unique about Czech glass tradition. Because different glass traditions over the many hundreds of years of their development produce very different aesthetics, techniques, temperament, as well as originally the physical stuff that they were making glass out of. So different glass can do different things. So we are trying to design specifically for Czech glass. Czech glass is a little more elemental. It's a little thicker. It polishes well. So our forms and our designs tailor towards those things. So we work usually in large, simple forms or ways that illustrate the way this glass goes together versus, say, an Italian glass. We're not trying to force this glass to be something that it isn't.
I think this is limited edition, yes? Your
All of our
creating.
work is production. We do custom work, such as the installation that you see on the wall, which is one of a kind pieces commissioned by architecture designers that we collaborate with or take commissions on. But we produce collections. They're signed, but it's production work. It's made over and over. We specify and document.
And you have your gallery where you present your
We
production in
sell all over the world. We sell both to retail operations. We do a tremendous amount of work with the trade. So we exhibit at trade show fairs in Europe and the United States. But yeah, we sell globally.
maybe some word about another work. Okay.
So this is new for the fair this time. The piece itself is not a new design, but what we're doing for the fair is we're offering it in a crystal or a clear, sometimes in clear glass. We normally produce this in two color palettes, but to present a more minimal palette with clear glass is just a new elegant option for something that's already a popular product for us.
Okay. This is objet.
We call these floats after the old Japanese float. These are one of the very first things that we ever produced in our first collection. So it's a series of I believe 7 sizes and a colorway of about 7 colors that are designed to mix and match and offer different color possibilities. But it speaks to our point of view is what we're designers trying to express in glass. So there are no molds used; they're always free blown. So 50 centimeters is about as large as you can free blow something without the use of a mold to blow into to give shape. Uh, they're not perfectly round, and we tried not to make them perfectly round. Every piece is broken hot from the pipe, so when they break it off, they fire polish the mouth. There's a little bit of a double dip indentation. It's the only detail that we have on these pieces, but it makes every single one unique. When you break that from the pipe, every single mouth is different every time. So we're trying to make things that are imperfect so that you know that they're made by hand.
And what idea this object?
These are called bloom. They're part of our object collection. It's a sculptural object. These are just.
It's not for using as vase, no? It's
Well, while technically every single one of these is a vessel, we see it as an object. I suppose that you could put things in them, but I don't know how you would ever clean them.
Yes.
No, it's a technique that we developed that allows the layering of individually blown pieces on a kind of a continually growing structure, and it's just about showing the possibilities of glass. It's really just one technique, and then we just continue and continue and continue and continue.
Okay. It's possible to create this object in your mind, or you need to create with blown master.
We sketch and we think about ideas. If you don't know how glass is blown, you can't design for glass. It's the process of glass design is deeply tied to how hand blown glass is produced. So with some basic understanding of how you think it's going to be made, we do some sketches, and we, of course, you have to develop your color palettes beforehand because you need to plan these things. But once you get into the glass studio and you start making things, you have to be ready to respond to how it is actually happening. And sometimes things work, sometimes things don't work, and sometimes you get something that you never planned to get, but is completely wonderful.
You say what you are working with your wife as
Yes.
designer, and you create one thing on the you have some object create your wife, some object your personality.
We don't design separately. Uh, Inevitably, sometimes somebody comes up with the idea, but we don't ourselves go away and I design this and she designs that. It's an ongoing collaboration, complete collaboration.
Okay. This is limited, or it's possible to buy, for example.
These are production glass pieces. We're, of course, showing kind of an arrangement that we tailor to the show, but we also produce these same arrangements constantly for designers because they will come to us with a proportion and specific space within a place that they need this for. So when we come to a trade show, you want to show your designers the possibilities that your product has. But this is just a 40 centimeter float pendant that we offer. It's a production piece. You can order it with any length stem that you want. And then we offer a smaller 25 centimeter version. And again, the detail is the mouth. So every one of these is not blown in a mold. Every one of these is not perfectly round. And the opening in the mouth is intentionally broken and kind of expressive, slightly molten and evocative of the process in which it's made.
Okay. And you working in this with glass how many?
The company is about 10 years old, almost 10 years. My wife has studied glass and has experience at it. We don't produce the work, but it's that knowledge of being able to understand how this is done that allows you to become an effective designer, to take your own ideas and affect them.
Uh, your passion is as glass, you don't work with another material, maybe ceramic. No, no.
The company
Okay.
concept is crystal clear. It's
Okay,
the company
okay.
concept is to work within. There are not very many true craft traditions left.
Uh-huh.
So the opportunity to work with one is a gift,
Uh-huh.
and the concept of the company is not kind of there's a traditional structure to European manufacturing companies
Uh-huh.
where you hire a designer, an outside independent designer. They design something, and then if it isn't under your roof, you go find the cheapest place that you can make that piece so that you can sell it for the least price that you can. This is not what we do. So we work only in the Czech Republic. We take our ideas there. We tailor our designs so that they could really only be made there with that glass. And the price is what it is. So it's a real luxury good, not just in terms of the quality, but the fact that this is still being made by hand the way it was 500 years ago.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. I
Don't
can.
forget your bag. Yeah. Do you
Yes,
need
yes.
a card?
Yes, yes. I can. If you take me a mail, I can send you link.
Good. Sure.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Good luck to you. Enjoy the rest of the fair.
Oh, sorry.
Enjoy the rest of the
Oh.
trade show. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Bye.